Small businesses are feeling very optimistic about the economy, and we can see that show up in terms of the charge volume they're getting from their customers, as well as the number of employees they're hiring and the hours those employees are working. On the flip side, we also know small businesses tend to be optimists. 1 out of 2 fail in the first 5 years. They're always sure it's going to be the other person who doesn't make it. But when you actually look underneath the covers at whether the businesses are strong, small businesses are performing well right now, and their businesses are getting stronger every day.
Tell us about the momentum of your software as a service business. That's particularly important in the small business segment. I mean, it used to be years ago, after the big TurboTax quarter, last quarter, people were kind of like, oh, well, just ignore Intuit. They're going to bump around a little bit. But you guys have this growing online business driven by SaaS. What is feeding that, and how much is the gig economy adding to that momentum?
Well, John, we're seeing what many other companies are saying, the shift to the cloud and mobile devices, and that's showing up in the consumers' lives, it's showing up in small businesses, it's showing up in accountants. And in the small business sector in particular, we now have 8 out of 10 customers who choose our cloud offering over our desktop offering. In fact, our cloud subscribers grew 43% this quarter. We now have over 3.4 million customers in the cloud, and it continues to accelerate every day. The gig economy is a big part of that. We now crossed about 800,000 customers. These are freelancers, they're Uber and Lyft drivers, they're TaskRabbit and DoorDash representatives, and that's more than last year. We had 390,000, so we see that growing at an even faster clip.
I want to ask you also about our operations. I was sitting in your office a couple years ago. I remember we're talking about your starting the move to AWS. Talk about exactly how that's helping you financially and efficiency-wise. Just where should investors look for the impact, either in how quickly you can scale or in the lack of capital spending that you have to do to achieve some of these ambitious goals you guys have set?
Our partnership with AWS has been amazing. It's unlocked the ability for us to innovate quicker. It's allowed us to be much more effective in meeting our customers' needs, and as you pointed out, much more efficient. We now processed 100% of TurboTax through AWS at the end of last tax season. We have a large majority of our small business cloud products in AWS, and we fully plan to be in AWS in the next 12 to 18 months. And what that's allowing us to do is not only innovate quicker, but we've now sold our own data center. We're doing a lease back right now, but we sold the Quincy data center, got that off our books, and we're now all in AWS, and we couldn't be more pleased with that performance.
Brad, I want to get your thoughts on tax reform and what you're seeing in terms of that impact so far. I would imagine nearer term that there are a lot of folks out there that have questions about the changes to the tax code and thus are going to be looking to your company for advice and services, et cetera. But longer term, if you have a tax code that's more simplistic, does that actually boost demand or does it take away from it?
You know, Morgan, that's great news for us as a company and for the consumers overall. We've long been advocates of tax simplification. You have 90 million people who go to someone else to get their taxes done, and they pay hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. We have software that could do that for free for as little as $40. And so now with tax simplification, we believe there will be tens of millions of people who will shift into the digital category. And as long as we have the best offering in the market, we think we'll have the opportunity to benefit from that shift.